What up, gang? Lane Carolina Jackpot Time coming at you on Monday afternoon. It's a wet, rainy Monday afternoon. I hope everybody's doing good today. I want to talk for a little bit about Josh Pate. Last night on his show, the Josh Pate College Football Show, he comes out with his top 20 rankings, his top 20 post-spring practice rankings. Everybody's got to do a plethora of top 20 rankings throughout the off season. We got to do a postseason top 20 ranking. We got to do a pre-spring practice post 20 ranking. Got to do a post-spring practice top 20 ranking. We're probably going to have to do a pre-fall camp top 20 ranking, and then probably one post-fall camp. It's all about engagement, all about giving somebody something to talk to, all about ruffling people's jimmies. And I'm not going to say that he ruffled my jimmies with his top 20 last night, but this guy has... I'm going to say this about Pate. I think he's a very smart individual. I like listening to the information he puts out. He'll give you some statistics. Sometimes he'll give you a little bit of inside information that you wouldn't get if you hadn't watched the show. It's not any real deep cuts. I don't think he's really privy to all of that, but or at least he doesn't put it out there publicly. But you knew the but was coming. He tends to take a glass half full type of approach to a lot of teams out there, rather than just giving facts, shooting straight from the hip, and letting people know the truth about their teams. And none could be more evident than him putting the Clemson Tigers at number 1 post-spring practice. And I'll use this phrase a lot. Based on what? Based on what? Yeah, Clemson made the playoffs last year. Clemson backdoored their way into the playoffs through no fault of their own. The only reason they were even in the ACC championship game is because of another team's ineptitude and inability to win games in the clutch, that being the Miami Hurricanes. Shock on that one. Mario Big Chest falters in another big game. It's the only reason they were in the ACC championship game. And Tater Man will tell me, well, no, we just lost our games in the conference before Miami did. We lost the same amount of games. They were going to the ACC championship game before you. They were going if they didn't lose. Point blank. Playoffs would have been done for you. South Carolina made sure of that. We did our part to keep Clemson out of the playoff. Unfortunately, Miami didn't do their part. So they make it. They go play Texas in the first round of the college football playoff. Well, back up before that. Played SMU in the ACC championship game, and admittedly, I fell asleep during that game. I fell asleep at the beginning of the fourth quarter. I know it was a pretty good game, and I shouldn't have fell asleep. What can I say? I got on the couch, I got comfy, I fucking fell asleep. I woke up, and I found out that Clemson had won on a last-second field goal. And I'm like, well, I mean, I thought they kind of had it in hand when I went to bed. They weren't blowing SMU out, but it looked to me like they were going to take the dub, and that's kind of why I fell asleep. Turns out, game got tight, and then they kick a field goal to win the damn thing, a long field goal. It's probably a good thing that I didn't see that, because no doubt my TV would probably have been broken, or some things would have been thrown around my living room. I absolutely hate them with a damn passion. They go play Texas, supposedly put up this great, valiant effort. They were behind by only a touchdown in the third quarter. I mean, let's make a t-shirt for that. We were only losing to Texas by 7 in the third quarter. They gave up 300 yards and 300 yards rushing. What the fuck? And you can blame it on your defensive coordinator all you want to. I know you fired him and you brought in this guy. That's what everybody's supposed to be scared of. So it's going to take your defense to the promised land. I beg to differ. That motherfucker needs to just go ahead and shave the rest of that shit off. Because that hairline ain't working for you, bro. Tom Allen, a guy who was a loser at Indiana, was at Penn State, and did a decent job. He had a hell of a lot of talent to work with there. And now he finds his way to Tatertown. I don't know that this is going to be the magic elixir. Look, Clemson's supposed to be recruits really high level on the defensive side of the football. Should never have been giving up 300 yards rushing ever. So I think it may be a talent issue. I don't care how many first rounders they say you've got up there. South Carolina ran all over you too. Problem was, we didn't hold on to the ball. Texas did. If South Carolina had held on to the ball, we would have beaten you by 2 scores, which is exactly what should have happened. Cade Klubnik's coming back. You know, he put up some good numbers last year. I'm not totally sold on him being some Heisman Trophy contender. Okay, maybe he's a contender. He's not someone that I think is legitimately going to win the Heisman Trophy, and I don't legitimately think that he's going to keep you at number 1 anywhere other than a Joshua Pate bowl. You don't have a running back yet, and I still think you suffer from a bit of a lack of depth. Recruiting last year, the 2025 class, in the toilet for Clemson standards. You're like 26th or so. Well, we didn't take that many players. Doesn't matter. Still 26th. Then you finish anywhere from like 11th to 13th, give or take, the past 3 years going back to 2022. Sorry, you're not using the portal. That's not recruiting at a high enough level to win a natty. Just not. Oh, we used to transfer portal low. He went and got 2 players out of the portal. Spare me. I've told you guys before, when they said start using the transfer portal, that was akin to me when I was a teenager. Mom told me, go clean your room. You know, there's a drink cup over here and, you know, some dishes in there. It's been there for a while. Clothes all over the floor. Shoes all over the floor. Yeah, I'm going to go clean it up. What I do, I take the dirty dishes in the cups, I put them in the closet, take the dirty clothes, throw them over on the other side of the bed, which I half-ass make up so you can't see them, and then I kick the shoes under the bed. That's akin to how Dabo uses the transfer portal. I went and got me 2. I'm good. I used the portal. I don't think you use it in its full ability, and I don't think that's what was expected of you when I told you to use the portal. Better start doing what your boss says, or old Graham Cracker's going to crumble you up. Clemson at number 1 is atrocious. It's really ridiculous. JP says he's high on LSU. We'll see how week 1 pans out. Other teams that he has ranked in places that I think are stupid. Florida at number 9. Something's wrong with DJ Lagway. Guy didn't throw any passes during spring practice. Oh, he's so good, Jackpot. He don't need any spring practice. Bullshit. Guy was an interception machine last year. And if it's not fixed, he's going to be an interception machine again this year. Oh, he threw a couple of passes at home. Okay. What other playmakers do they have outside of him? I'm not really sure they have that many. Or they recruited at a high level. We'll see. You have a terrible coach. You have a terrible in-game coach. The guy is a fucking train wreck. He's a train wreck. Number 9. They'd be lucky to be number 99. That's a bit silly. You'll be lucky to crack a top 25. You got a hard schedule again this year. You got out-of-conference games against Miami and South Florida. You'll beat South Florida and Miami. You ain't beating them. Are you going to beat Florida State? Don't know. They play LSU. JP talking about LSU and Miami. Both of those are road games. They've got to get one of those games. They got to get one of them. They ain't getting neither one of them. Come on, let's get in the land of reality here. Jesus Christ for a minute. South Carolina he had, I think, at number 18. I can get on board with that. He, like I, Have some questions about that eligibility issue with Rashul Faison. Got some questions about the defense too. Lost a lot of players to the draft, and South Carolina just doesn't always recruit at a high enough level to just stock the cupboard with top-notch talent again to replace these guys. Now, what will be more likely to happen is that defense regresses this year, and then next year or this winter in after the 2025 season, he goes back out to the portal and gets a bunch more guys to come in and play defense. He does have some decent pieces coming in from the portal on the defensive side of the ball. We'll see if they make anything out of them. There's a guy there that's actually from Florida State. We'll see. He was one of the better players they had. Another linebacker coming in from Alabama, Justin, I can't even begin to pronounce his last name. And then the usual suspects that we have. They're going to need some help in the middle, in the trenches there. They do have the number one player from JUCO in Xavion Hardy coming in. I think that guy's going to make a tremendous impact. Elsewise, outside of that, it may be tough on the defensive side of the ball for the Gamecocks. So the offense is going to have to be right. So I can be on board with that. What I'm not on board with is Georgia Tech being ranked above the Gamecocks. I don't know why everybody is so in love with this bunch all of a sudden. Yeah, they played Georgia close in a tough game. How long has it been since they played Georgia? How long has it been since they've been within one score of them? 15 years? It was bound to happen at some point in time. They have a somewhat talented quarterback who's kind of tough. Let's not forget, the last time we saw them play football, we watched Vanderbilt, a Vanderbilt team who was hot at one point last year, but then kind of faltered a little bit late in the season. No doubt that was aided by a pummeling loss to my Gamecocks, 28-7 in Nashville. Also lost to LSU, led Tennessee early, but then pretty much got their butt kicked. They were down. They were kind of down. Georgia Tech should have had a better showing in that Birmingham Bowl. What happens? Vanderbilt beat the shit out of them. And they didn't have that many opt-outs of that game. And they have lost some talent in the transfer portal. Their recruiting has been, it was pretty good for them last year. I don't know how much of an effect that's going to have in 2025. South Carolina stole one of their recruits too. Georgia Tech at number 17, I don't think so. They may be a fringe top 25 team. This is just way too high to rank them just because they're a feel-good story that you want to see continue to get better. A lot of people don't do enough diving into who they've got on the team, who's coming back, who's not, before they just throw this shit out there based on a lot on what they did last year and the expectations that they want them to have for the upcoming season. They do that with a lot of teams, and it's just not always the best method. What else? Notable omission. Notable omission there is Tennessee in the JP top 20. I can't believe it. I had to sink it with my own two eyes that they were not there. Look, I get it. You're not going to be better with Nico no longer your quarterback, and you brought in this Aguilar dude. I'm telling you, that's another interception machine. We've seen it in his previous stop at the non-Power 5 level there with App State. I just don't know that he's got it back. Is he going to improve his numbers? Maybe, but you don't have any wide receiver talent of that to speak of. You lost Dylan Sampson. You brought in a running back out of Duke, this Star Thomas guy. He rushed for like 700 yards last year at Duke. He could do something for you. But again, we don't know. That could be a work in progress as well. You lost some talent off that defense. Lost a lot off the line of scrimmage up front on the offensive side of the football. I think it could be kind of a step back year for Tennessee. I could see a 6-6, 7-5 season in the offing. Now your schedule is pretty weak. So that's going to help you a little bit. But them finishing with a losing record wouldn't hurt my feelings, not one bit. Before we get off here, too, let's talk more about Tennessee one more time. Supposedly Michigan's NCAA ruling is supposed to be coming down in early June. We're going to find out what's going on there. And we got this comment right here from an idiot. That's Waniak 123 or whatever his name is. I believe that's old Wayne Starnes, who comments on stuff in the live streams a lot. Here's another guy drinking the Sports Talk J Kool-Aid. South Carolina, okay, now all of a sudden we got the FBI's involved. Got the FBI's involved up there on that Michigan thing, y'all. But, after 3 years, after your ass got kicked, 2 years after all this has come out, ain't heard a damn word about it from anybody else. But the Tennessee FBI is coming after us. They're going to come get the Gamecocks. They're going to get that win back. Shane Beamer read somebody's damn playbook back in 2014 that he wasn't supposed to. All of a sudden, he's the part of a multi-level scheme to cheat and steal signals from teams to win football games. It's the absolutely most asinine shit that I have ever. It's one of the craziest stories out there. By no means am I defending Michigan for what they did. It was wrong. If it turned out that the Gamecocks did take the signals, that's wrong too. And they should be punished for it. It's bullshit. You don't win that way. However, your circumstantial evidence can just be disproven so many ways. Okay? First of all, Michigan cheated to win. They took signals, they won. They ended up winning the Natty. Thing about that was, that Michigan team probably wasn't that far away from contending for that Natty. Now, I think that cheating did put them over the top. But let's look at this. The South Carolina team was abysmal. They had given up 38 points to Florida the week before while only scoring 6 their damn self. They come out there against Tennessee, they rattle off 63 points and hold them to 28. All right, well, it's not like our defense had some great day there. They still gave up a ton of yards. And we just can't admit that what happened there was South Carolina took the play calling away from Marcus Satterfield. They gave it to somebody else, probably that Freddie Kitchens guy who ended up going to North Carolina. That's what it's rumored that who called the plays in that game. And Tennessee just wasn't ready. They weren't ready in that game. They were having some locker room issues with their defense. They were focused on the wrong things. They were smelling their own farts. They thought they were going to play, and they ended up getting their ass kicked. If they were ready, if they were focused, if they were on their damn game, cheating wouldn't have helped South Carolina that much because I think Tennessee was a whole lot better than they were. But it didn't. It didn't. You got caught with your drawers down, and your little ass got spanked orange. You just can't damn admit it. You just can't damn admit it. I'm not even going to go into the damn Clemson game because I've already rehashed that one over 50 times. And you damn Tennessee idiots who allow this Sports Talk J guy to gaslight you because you're just a bunch of damn inbred, dumb, East Tennessee, hillbilly dumb fucks that are so fucking gullible that you'll believe anything that somebody reads to you off the damn internet as the truth, deserve to get poked, fun at, made fun of, laughed at for eternity when all this thing is said and done. And guess what? Nobody says anything about South Carolina. And I will get on his channel and I will troll him until the end of time when it does. You know why? Because he's the ultimate troll. He thinks he's the ultimate troll, that is. But he's not. Carolina Jackpot is the ultimate troll. And I'm going to kick his butt at his own damn game. Anyway, that's about all I got to say about that, guys. Josh Pate's top 20. Let me know about it. Let me know who you think should be Braves number 1. Let me know who you think, if you watched that, was incorrectly placed in spots on JP's top 20. That's about all I got to say about it. I'll see you all later on. I appreciate you. Peace. And I'm out of here. Go Gamecocks. Woo!